Hi, my name is Will Smith, and today I'm going to show you an AI insight within Aruba Central. Aruba Central is the cloud management solution for Aruba infrastructure. Um, so we're going to log in. And our first screen will be a landing page where we see a lot of different modules, such as device inventory, license assignment, and so on. The thing that's going to be important to us is the network operations. This is where you would manage, configure, and monitor your site. So I'm going to launch that. And we're going to go up and check the AI insights for my site. You can see here that I have two AI insights. The first one is an optimization, saying that with the configuration change, I can get an improved wireless experience for my users or wireless service. But the one that I wanted to concentrate on today was to look at the error AI insight, and it's detected that I have excessive port flaps on an access port. The category is availability for switch, and it's impacting 50% of my switches. I have two switches total. This is impacting one of my switches. So let's drill down into this AI insight and look at it in greater detail. First of all, you'd want to know which switch it's being impacted, and it looks like it's switch 1. And you can see that it has greater than 61,000 port flaps. That's obviously that is horrible. Traditionally, in networking monitor solutions, you would typically not even monitor access ports due to the licensing costs to monitor and the resource demands. So you might see this type of thing in a syslog server if you get an alert or you would just get a complaint that filtered up through the service desk or help desk that end users having a lot of issues. But we're going to drill down into this. We can see what type of switch model it is, the number of ports impacted, the firmware version, and the site. So the site here is my SE Lab. This is where you might categorize your different sites or buildings. So you might have a remote site in Roseville, California, a site in Seattle, Washington, or what have you, whatever makes sense for your organization. But we know the important thing that we know is it's impacting one port on one switch, and that's pretty small. But again, it's my lab. So we're going to go back. We're going to look at the port. It's port 5. Again, 61,000 port flaps. And one of the really nice things about the AI Insights is not only can it present to you optimizations and errors, it also gives you suggestions that have proven to a 95% or greater confidence that this is a problem. So the layer 1 issue is troubleshooting cables. And that could very well be the case in this instance. So we will see. It also says that to run cable diagnostics and ignore admin-initiated flaps. So might go without saying to ignore admin-initiated flaps, but they put it there just to be thorough. So we will go into our SE Lab site and drill down to that switch. So I'm going to switch my context to my site level view. We're going to go into the devices and we're going to go to our switches for that site. We're going to enter in switch 1 and you can see we have a lot of great information here such as the configuration group, the site that it belongs to, the configuration group that it belongs to. In Aruba Central, all the configuration is inherited from the group level. So I could have several different switches configured similarly. And in fact, my switches in my Aruba CX 6300 group are all configured the same way through a template. This is a huge efficiency boost for when you're managing many switches. See, it's been up for 1 day and 3 hours. I had a power outage. Anytime I have a power outage, I have some different issues in my lab, but that's good for us today. You can see the serial number and the MAC address of the switch, the part number, the model designation. You can see other things as well, other datas as well. You get the uplink traffic in megabits per second, usage, and so on. The hardware looks good. Fans are good. Power supply is good. So, but why are we having a port flap? That is the question of the day. So we'll go down to over to the Action tab, and we have a few options. We can reboot it, we can do tech support, or we can console in. Now, if we console in, it's just like we open an SSH connection, except you don't have to have a terminal emulator. You can enter that directly from the web UI of Aruba Central, giving your network operations team easy access and also to control access to your devices. So let's log in. I'm logged into the switch, and I'm going to show login, and I'm going to do most recent first. And you can see there are a lot of events caused from this switch port going up and down. So it is indeed flapping. So let's go and look at how that switch port is configured. Oops, there we go. You can see it's an access port in VLAN 40. Turns out that it was connected to one of my client devices, a small Mac Mini, and the power outage caused an issue with the device itself. So the problem wasn't with the cable or the transceiver, it was actually with the computer that was attached to the switch port. What I ended up doing was upgrading the software and rebooting the Mac Mini, and it stabilized. And you can see that because it's been up for 50 minutes. So it should no longer be dropping, but I wanted to show you the AI Insight and how I would drill down into it from the Aruba Central. That's all I had for today, and thank you for spending time with me. All right, take care.